Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tennis Fan Video. Alexandra Eala believes that the approach of knowing her truth keeps her grounded amidst rapidly growing fame and on-court expectations, attributing the mindset to her familial upbringing. The Filipina is just 20 years old, but has become one of the most talked-about players on the WTA Tour, frequently drawing crowds wherever she walks on tournament grounds. At last year's Miami Open, she stunned four seeded players, including the world number 2 Iga Swiatek, to reach the last four. Ultimately, she fell to American Jessica Pegula in a tight three-set match, but broke into the world's top 75, rising 65 places. Currently, Eala sits as the world number 29, which is a ranking that allows her, if maintained, to be seated at the 4 Grand Slams. Opinions or expectations can change. That is not in your control, remarked 20-year-old star during an interview with the WTA website. What I know are facts and truths, and the truth is that I've been working really hard. And I know I've been taking the right steps and approaching it in the right way in terms of what I need to do on court. So that gives me more calm. And fortunately, I've been doing well between last year's Miami and this year's Miami, so I'm in a position where this tournament is not all or nothing. You know what I mean? Not everything's on the line. But in regard to how I approach expectations and external noise, it's that I know my truth. Eala made a successful start to her 2026 Miami Open campaign, where she is defending 390 ranking points, by defeating world number 53 Laura Siegemund 6-7, 6, 6-3, 6-3. Whilst many were anticipating a Swiatek-Eala clash in the third round, the former world number 1 fell to fellow Pole Magda Linette in a patchy last 64 match. Well, of course, some of it is attributed to my family, the values that they've instilled in me, the world number 29 replied, when asked how she is able to handle the growing fame that comes with increasingly positive results. But I don't really know where it comes from. It's just the emotional intelligence to be aware of what I'm going through, and to figure out what mindset is going to help me. There are so many different paths you can choose in terms of how to think. So which one will really benefit me? Because in the end, you want to benefit yourself. You don't want to fight yourself, right? I lay out the options or the perspectives on how to look at different things. Will this make me feel good? No. Will this make me feel good? No. Feeling bad is inevitable, but there are ways that can be lessened. Not only does Eala's age make her on-court results surprising, but her playing style is one that goes against the grain of the current WTA Tour. Instead of relying on pure power, she effectively utilizes timing, anticipation, and intelligent shot selection to build pressure, unafraid to change direction. You could argue that everything I do is to prepare myself for those power players, she analyzed. I do a lot, but I do it to prepare for all different types of players. I would agree with you that we are in an era of strong-hitting players. I'm in the process of still getting stronger, right? Still being more powerful. But I think I have different other strengths as well, not just power. Different layers to my game. Alexandra Eala, the rising tennis prodigy from the Philippines, has been no stranger to the glare of the spotlight. At just 19 years old, she has already captured the imagination of tennis fans worldwide, not merely because of her explosive backhand or uncanny court awareness, but because of the poise with which she carries herself off the court. Fame, as many young athletes discover, can be a double-edged sword, and Alex has begun to share the wisdom she's gathered in navigating its weight. It's a lot, she admits candidly, eyes reflecting a mix of amusement and sincerity. People see the highlights, the trophies, the wins. But what they don't see are the quiet moments, the pressure, the doubt, the endless hours of training when no one is watching. For Alex, growing up under the microscope of both local and international attention was never part of a master plan. Her journey began with a simple love for the game. I just wanted to play, she says with a laugh. I wanted to see if I could hit the ball as well as the older kids. And somewhere along the line, people started noticing. But noticing comes with expectations. And expectations, she explains, can feel like invisible weights pressing on every serve, every volley, every match. I think the hardest part is learning to separate who you are from what people expect you to be, she says. It's easy to get caught up in what others want you to do, to win, to act a certain way. But that's not sustainable. Alex's approach to fame and pressure is refreshingly grounded. She doesn't shy away from social media or public appearances, Yet she maintains a clear boundary between her personal life and her public persona. I realized early on that it's okay to have parts of my life just for me, she explains. It's okay to go home, eat dinner with my family, and not post anything online. That's how you stay sane. One of the recurring themes Alex emphasizes is the value of perspective. I remind myself every day that tennis is important. Yes, but it's not everything, she reflects. I have people who love me regardless of my ranking or the points I've earned. That's what keeps me grounded. Her philosophy extends beyond mental health to the very essence of sport itself. I want to enjoy it, she says, her voice tinged with passion. Tennis is hard, it's competitive, but it should also be joyful. That's why I play. And it's that joy, she believes, that fuels her resilience. When the crowds are roaring or when the cameras are flashing, Alex knows she can draw strength from her love for the game rather than from the accolades it brings. Alex also speaks openly about the mistakes she's made along the way. I used to get frustrated easily when I didn't perform as expected, she recalls. I'd replay every mistake in my head, and it would eat me up. But over time, I realized that growth isn't linear. Losing is part of learning. Making mistakes is part of becoming better. Her honesty here is striking. In an era where athletes are often presented as infallible, Alex's willingness to embrace imperfection is both rare and refreshing. Beyond personal growth, she is keenly aware of her influence on young fans. I know people look up to me, she says. That's a responsibility, but it's also a privilege. I hope to show them that it's okay to feel pressure, to make mistakes, and to still pursue your dreams. That's real life. Alex's insight into managing expectations also extends to her coaches, mentors, and support team. I've learned to communicate clearly about what I can handle, she explains. Sometimes, even the people who want to help you the most can unintentionally add to the pressure. Being honest with them has been key. Her growing fame, she notes, is a learning curve in itself. There are moments when you have to take a step back and remember why you started, she says. Fame can be intoxicating, but it can also distract from what really matters. The work, the discipline, the joy of the game. I try to keep my eyes on that. Interestingly, Alex also finds inspiration outside the sport. She reads, travels, and spends time with friends and family, allowing her a sense of normalcy. Tennis is a big part of my life, but it's not my whole life, she emphasizes. The more I live fully outside of tennis, the better I play when I'm on the court. It's all connected. Alex's reflections carry a quiet wisdom, the understanding that expectations, both internal and external, are best handled not through avoidance, but through awareness and intention. She has cultivated a mental toolkit that includes mindfulness, journaling, and open communication, all of which help her navigate the inevitable highs and lows of her career. I'm still learning every day, she admits. Some days are harder than others. But that's life. Fame isn't a goal. It's a consequence of doing what you love well. And if I can keep enjoying it, keep learning, and keep growing, then I feel like I'm on the right path. It's this grounded perspective that sets Alexandra Eala apart from many of her peers. In a world where young athletes are often consumed by the pursuit of success and public validation, she demonstrates that maturity, self-awareness, and authenticity are just as crucial as skill and talent. Her story is one of balance, balancing ambition with self-care, expectation with enjoyment, and public attention with personal space. As she prepares for her next tournament, she does so not with fear or anxiety, but with a sense of purpose and clarity. I play because I love the game, and I want to see how far I can go, she says. Everything else is secondary. In the end, Alexandra Eala's insight is universal. Fame and expectations are not inherently burdensome. It's a relationship with them that matters. By cultivating self-awareness, embracing imperfection, and maintaining a love for what she does, Alex is not just shaping her career, she's shaping her life. And that, perhaps, is the most inspiring lesson of all. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.